Black Friday is over and I'm so excited to tell you how much money I made in November, as well as some things that were surprising to me. Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Puff. I'm a 35-year-old stay-at-home mom on my way to financial freedom through digital means such as TikTok Shop and other ways to earn online. So if that sounds like a good plan to you, I would love if you stick around, subscribe, or you can follow me on TikTok at Minimally Puff. So in today's video, I'm going to share more about my November numbers, a few things that I found myself tripping up on, give you some tips and tricks on how I got to the numbers that I was getting at, and of course, share some of my goals for January since we are now in the middle of December. All right, let's jump right in. For the month of November, I posted 132 videos, which is quite a bit for being so busy in the month of November. I had 214,000 views on my videos. That's crazy. Out of those 200,000 views, I had 7,000 that clicked on my products. In November, I sold 71 products and I made a GMV, so gross total amount of sales made, $4,500. In the month of October, just to bring you back, I made $3,200. It is definitely up over a grand of money that I made in GMV. It's just mind-blowing for me. My total commission made in the month of November, including Black Friday, was $529.50. I definitely made more than 10% of my total GMV, which is very exciting and very encouraging. Here's the thing with my sales that I was not expecting, and it was more on me. So I made $4,500 in total GMV. In TikTok, that puts me at the silver status. So it goes bronze, silver, and then gold, and so on and so forth. I was so close to hitting that $5,000 mark, which would have bumped me up to gold status. Now, I don't think there's much difference in them. I don't really know. I hear the big creators talk about it all the time, so it might just be bragging rights. In October, I was in silver with the 3,200 that I made, and then to step up in gold and be at 5,000, that would have been so cool. But I dropped the ball. We had my son's birthday in November and then Thanksgiving, and by the time Black Friday came around, I was wiped out. Now, I do have to say, I did go on live for 2 hours Thanksgiving evening. So we went to our Thanksgiving party, came home, I put the baby to bed, my husband was laying in bed, and from 10 o'clock p.m. to midnight, I was on a live selling the one product that went viral for me, the trampoline. And what's crazy is that for the 2 hours that I was on live, I made 5 sales. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a trampoline, and the trampoline was over $100. And so I made $500 in GMV from that live itself. That was probably about $60 to $70 in commission. At one point, I had 290 people in my live. Isn't that crazy? It's hard for me to get even 3 people, but to have 290 people at once in my live, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was literally jumping up and down in my trampoline. Every minute and a half, I would repeat the same thing over and over and again. So that was really encouraging. But when I say I dropped the ball, was that I should have continued going live through Black Friday, through Saturday, Sunday, and even through Cyber Monday. Trampoline was selling so well. The only problem was that I was tired. I didn't have a live flash sale coupon, so that kind of diminished my motivation a little bit. There was also another creator selling the trampoline at the same time that I was. They've been working with this brand longer, and they probably are selling thousands of this trampoline to their audience. They did have a live flash coupon, and their trampoline on their link was a lower price than the link that I was sharing. All of that together just made me not want to go on live. I was so mad at myself looking back because I realized I just needed $500 more to bump myself into gold. That means just selling 5 more trampolines and I would have hit gold. I'm waiting for the trampoline to come back in stock. They had 4,000 of them in stock. Over the course of the Black Friday deal or campaign, they ran out of stock. Even when I was selling them online, I didn't know this at the time, but they were back ordered and they were going to be shipping out a couple of weeks later than what the shipping said. So that was also another reason why I didn't want to sell the trampoline. But I didn't have anything else that was selling so well for me. And I had my live script for the trampoline down pat. I didn't really want to risk another product selection flop. Same company that I'm selling the trampoline for had sent me a ride-on car. And I tried going live with it. I tried making videos for it. It just did not take off like the trampoline did. I'm hoping that when the trampoline comes back in stock, I believe it's an evergreen product. Like you can buy it for birthdays, you can buy it for whatever. It doesn't have to just be for Christmas. Become my bestseller again. If you're wondering how I got to the 4,500 GMV, a lot of it came from that trampoline. I think I sold about 30 of them in the month of November. Yeah, so that's about $3,000 GMV. So that's how I racked up my GMV so high. Right now, looking at December numbers, my numbers have gone back down. So yeah, product selection is definitely a thing. Make sure that you select good products. The higher the commission, I believe, the better it is. I know it's hard sometimes to find those things. Another toy that I had, it's only like 30-40 bucks, but I only get like $2 or $3 in commission from it. And it's selling so well for me, but I'm like, well, I kind of want higher GMV. I kind of want a higher commission. Like, maybe I should start looking for different products. It's hard to keep selling things that are selling for you, but you want the higher commission. It's a catch-22. Anyways, this is a little rabbit trail. Moving on to goals. Let me just go over some of the goals that I had mentioned in my previous video and kind of like bring that back into December and through January because we are in the middle of December. I knew that I wasn't going to have a lot of time to make a YouTube video. First off, I mentioned my schedule. I was doing lives a lot and I've kind of scaled back on the lives mainly because of the trampoline, but I'm thinking about maybe going live again in January to see how that goes. I found a product that has been selling for me. It's the Mary Ruth's pre and postnatal liquid vitamin. That's been going well for me. I'm gonna see if I can get some of the other products that they have, maybe go live with their products because they do have GMV ad spend on there. I think that maybe that may be a good product, especially with January, the focus being on new year, new me, getting healthier, all these things. So I might focus a little bit more on that. Posting schedule, I've started batch recording again a little bit, mainly because we're going to be out of town in December and I want to have a batch ready. I'm planning on bringing a few things with me. Crazy, the life of a TikTok shop creator, right? I'm finding that recording in my car has been getting me a few more views than normal. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm in my car or if it's because of the products that I'm selecting. I'm going to just bring things with me and talk about them in the car. We will have a rental car. My family's off for Christmas as well. While my son is napping and my family's hanging out, I'm going to be planning to sit in the car and record a few videos. That's kind of my plan for December through January. And then we'll go back to batch recording and building up the momentum again because I think I'm going to go live. I want to focus a little bit more on YouTube and then we'll see how it goes with TikTok Shop. In my previous video, I was talking about niching down or what TikTok is now calling verticalization. What I've learned is that you need to be at 10,000 followers in order for TikTok to actually put you in a vertical. So yes, in the back of my mind, I'm trying to think about niching down. I'm not at 10,000 followers yet, and I am very, very now slow growing. I'm not trying to grow my following. I'm trying to push out video content. It'll be a while yet before I get to 10,000 followers. And on the back end, I think sellers can see what kind of niche you're in. TikTok can probably see what niche you're in as you request samples and all the good things. I'll still be thinking about niching down. Definitely thinking about the home category because that is the broadest. I can focus on kitchen things, toys, like furniture, home decor items, but also things that are selling for me right now are beauty products and nutrients and supplements. I'm not really sure where my niche is. I'm thinking I'm gonna be spending time exploring still. I did request a lot of kids toys for samples because Christmas is coming and I wanted to get toys for my son. I just wanted to review kids toys, kind of like stepping back from the kids toys because a few of them aren't really selling for me. I'm trying to go in the direction of the supplements. Now, I don't know if that's something that I'm going to do long term. What I'm trying to say is that I'm just going with the things that are selling for me. And right now, the things that are selling for me are the supplements and like these magnetic lashes right here. Beauty and nutrients and supplements. Probably by the time I get to 10,000 followers, I'll find my groove. I'll know what I'm doing a little bit more. By that time, I'm pretty sure TikTok will have me in a vertical. In the meantime, I'm still just honing in on my skills of buyer psychology, consumer psychology, hooking people into my videos, making sure that I sound authentic in my sales pitch, doing all the things to make sure that my videos get views. The last goal that I had talked about in my previous video was buyer psychology. Now I'm still learning about that. I haven't actually taken steps to learn any more than what I have since I last made a video, but I did hear Alicia, the creator I follow, Chaos on the Coast, She did post a video and she was saying that you want to sell the lifestyle of the product rather than the product itself. She gave the example of an organizer, you know, those clear acrylic organizers. The picture that she was displaying was that these organizers were organizing baby bottles for mom. And so you kind of want to sell the lifestyle of being an organized mom rather than the acrylic organizers. I'm trying to take that into my lens for when I'm filming videos. What I really need to do is go back and analyze all my videos and see if I'm actually doing that in my videos. Like I said, in my head, I think I'm doing that, but reviewing my videos, it might not be showing through. If you are also a TikTok shop creator and you're finding struggles with your views, I hear the big creators say all the time, go back and rewatch your videos, analyze them, and see how you can improve. So that's probably going to be my next goal for December and January. Now, jumping into some tips and tricks for you, things that I've been thinking, questions that have been popping up for me, things that I think might just help you. The number one thing here is product selection is key to everything. I've heard it over and over again. Now that I've made a higher GMV, I do see the after effects of having good product selection. One thing I would recommend is to find GMV max products. I'm still learning that myself. How to find GMV max products, nobody really tells you what's in GMV. You can tell there are a few that do have a lot of ad spend. I know one of them is Nello. I just hear the coaches in my group say Nello is putting in ad spend, especially as we're coming up upon January. Goalie also is another one, and these are products that Evolution Pro, the group that I'm in, they promote a lot. So I do know that those have a lot of ad spend behind them. Here's a couple ways that I've heard you can figure out what has ad spend and what doesn't. The first way is if you're just scrolling through your FYP, try and see and take note of shop videos that have sponsored ads. If that shop video was newly posted, right? So very minimal engagement, or has just been posted within the last 5 minutes, but they are showing up in your FYP, there's probably ad spend behind it. Or if it's like a poorly made video and it's showing up on your FYP as a sponsored ad, that probably has ad spend behind it. The other way to know is that if you go to a video and you click on these 3 little dots right here, all right, and you scroll all the way to the end and you see where it says see ads plan, that probably means that GMV Max has picked up the video. This is kind of like a maybe it did, maybe it didn't kind of situation. I have heard when GMV Max picks up the video, they could also drop it back real quick. It's just pretty much the product itself. It goes into the pool and then they pick out from the pool to push out whichever video that is performing best. The other thing I've noticed too with these videos is that my Mary Roots videos have a lot of views. Like, can you tell right there? One has 5,000 views and the other one has 3,000 views. And my video all the way at the end over here is an all-purpose non-toxic cleaner. It only has 394 views. When I see that, I'm like, okay, Mary Ruth's is definitely spending ad money to push out the videos to get those views. The other way I know is that when I go to look at my affiliate orders in my TikTok studio, I do see that a few of the products were purchased with ads, and it shows right there. I'll put a screenshot right here so that you can see. I do know that then, okay, ads are being spent, and then I go back and check the video where that purchase came from. I continue to mimic that video to see if I can get more ad money onto my video. The other thing I did like right before I came on here was I just went to TikTok and I searched in the search bar GMV Max ad products. A lot of creators talk about products that they've seen have been, getting a lot of ad spend for them. You can decide then if you want to request a free sample, if they are offering those, or if you want to buy it. Just make sure that when you get a product, it's something that you want, something that you like, something that you actually want to sell. All of that to say, product selection is key. Tip number 2 is tracking. I talked about this a lot in the beginning of my journey and I've kind of like scaled back, but I do track a lot of things. I usually track things that I get as samples. I track how much I would have paid for the sample, and then I track how much commission I do make from the sample. In my videos, I track product views, product clicks, I track how many products I've sold, I track my GMV, I track my commission. So that's just all going into my TikTok studio and looking at the analytics and seeing what TikTok shows me. Now, if you're a newer creator, just know that TikTok wipes and clears what you can see. If you've been at this more than 6 months, you can't look at anything before 6 months ago. I started this back in April. I can't see anything in April, which for me right now, it doesn't really matter because I didn't make any money in April. And I do know that I only posted 5 videos in April because I was in the Creator Pilot Program and I got in at the end of the month. Right now, I can track things in May, but come January, I won't be able to see anything that happens in May. For personal purposes, I would want to see how much money I was making. I want to see how much I actually made when I first started to where I am now. I just want to see the growth. That's how I know I'm growing. The whole samples and everything, I think you can still track that, but as far as like views and clicks and products sold, all of those things you won't be able to see anymore. If you aren't tracking anything yet, I would highly recommend starting a tracker. Maybe I'll do a screenshot and show you. I actually made my own tracker, like because I was anal and I wanted to see every single thing. I also tracked all the products that I bought on TikTok so that I knew how much money I was actually spending on TikTok. The crazy part about doing TikTok Shop is that even though you're not getting paid in money, like financially, you are kind of getting paid in samples, right? Like these are free samples, but it's got to come out from somewhere. The company is taking the hit. I am getting paid in samples to do this job. I want to track how much money I'm actually getting in sample products. I'm not just doing, the discounted price. I'm actually taking in full price items to see how much money it actually cost the company to send me the product. The last time I checked a month ago, it was like over $3,000 in sample products. My bank account doesn't say that I'm making money, but my sample list definitely says you're making a ton of money with all these samples coming in. I personally don't need that many samples in my life. If I can gift them away to friends and family, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not going out to buy Christmas gifts. I'm actually using what I got and sending them off. Going back to the tracking thing, I did find a tracker that I am using and I actually really do like. I am an affiliate of this and I do follow the creator who made it. She's also in the top 1% on TikTok Shop. I'll show you her tracker. It's from year to year, and what I like about it is that you get to track every single thing that's being bought every single day. You get to see your total GMV so far. She also has a tiny little section to where she tells you how much sales tax you should be paying. And then she has like things for retainers. If you have more than one TikTok account, you can put in like the numbers for that. I just love that. It's kind of thorough. And she was the one who was saying that TikTok doesn't keep track of all of your data and it just goes back 6 months. She wants to go back and look at what she was actually making like 2 years ago, but she can't because she can't pull up the full year salary in GMV. So she can't actually really see what she's making. I'm thinking, okay, if I'm still doing this in 3 years, if TikTok is still around in 3 years, I want to know like how much money I made my first year compared to my third year in TikTok Shop. Also has a spot for if you're doing income on other means like Amazon, YouTube. I haven't made any money on Amazon or YouTube. I'm hoping though, so we'll see in 3 years time. It's a one-time payment. You just pay, I think it was like $30 for the tracker. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the tracker and do it again for 2026. I'll share that link down there with you. I don't have a code or anything. I just really like it. I thought I would share it. It's not like affiliated with anything, but if you do purchase from my link, I get a little commission. I don't even know how much. So there you go. Start tracking your things. Even if you make your own tracker, do that. And last but not least, courses. I'm just gonna say this, don't get caught up in buyer psychology, right? People who do this stuff they're really good at it. I live far from my parents and my mom is older, she's Asian, she's not super techy, like we're still helping her with tech stuff, but she can post on Facebook. My sister was showing her my TikTok Shop and my mom now wants to do TikTok Shop, which is great. Yay. But people like my mom who don't know what they're doing and who haven't been immersed in this world are sucked in by things that are popping up on their Facebook or their Instagram saying, buy this course and you can make $400 in just 2 hours. It's not true. It's not true. And I can attest to this because I've been doing it 6 months and I have not made $400 in 2 hours. I mean, disclaimer, I'm a newbie, right? I'm a beginner. So like I knew nothing about Reels. I knew nothing about TikTok Shop. I knew nothing about social media. I literally picked up social media back in February and started doing it. I didn't even know that I could start selling things online. Like this is from me being at zero experience at selling on social media, that 6 months later, I'm just now making like $500 this month. right? I'm not talking about the big wig creators. I'm not talking about people who have been doing this for years. I'm saying if you are starting off, if you're a newbie and you're not seeing the numbers you're wanting to see, or even if you've been doing this a while and you're not seeing the numbers you want to see, follow the people who know what they're doing. Follow the people who are actually making money. Don't fall into this one small, tiny little ad saying you can make $400 in 2 hours. All you gotta do is post 3 videos. It's not true. There's more that goes into planning and posting videos than just 2 hours of whatever video. I do have a course I do recommend. It's by Alicia, Chaos on the Coast. She's made like millions of dollars on doing TikTok Shop. And that's all she does. She is just TikTok Shop. I love her course. I think it's very valuable. I will post my link here if you want to go see my review on that video. If you are looking into buying a course, if you've exhausted free information on TikTok, free information on YouTube, and you're just like, I'm not getting anywhere, I need help, find the people who know what they're doing and buy from them, okay? It does not have to be this one by Alicia. I just like her. I think that her course is very beginner friendly. I think that she breaks down all the important things that you need to know. It doesn't have to be her. Just don't fall victim to an ad on a Facebook that's promising all these big things and then you get disappointed afterwards. Do your research before you go in and impulse buy something. Make sure that you're getting the value so that you can actually learn and grow and make your money back on TikTok Shop. All right, that was a lot. So I'm going to stop it here. My next video is going to be a Q&A, like full out Q&A video, because I got so many questions from my last few videos that I want to go through and actually answer them verbally and not just, through the computer. So that'll be my next video. So watch out for that. You can also follow me on TikTok. My main account is at Minimally Puff and my second account is at Minimally Puff Talks. I wanted that second account to be more TikTok Shop tips, but I've kind of strayed from that. I'm just now doing trends, trying to grow that account so I can graduate from the Creator Pilot program and get it into TikTok Shop. I'm not really doing a lot of tips from there anymore. If you want to follow me on one or either, I would love if you do. Just send me a little memo that you follow me from YouTube and I'll show the love back. I love that you are still here. If you are, thank you so much. I truly appreciate every view. I truly appreciate every comment. You are so encouraging. So thank you so much. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.